Hello, how's everyone doing? My name is Armando Contreras, and I wanted to talk about the videos that we watched and also the reading materials that we read. And I wanted to discuss what's the difference between a 504 plan and an IEP. I've worked with severely emotional disturbed kids for a very long time. I worked inside a classroom um, for about 10 years and also worked for a level 14 group home with the very same type of kids. And some of these kids had some serious diagnoses, and some kids, all these kids just had different issues. But one thing that I understand and that I know, especially watching these videos, is it's their every child has their rights to succeed, and the civil rights when you're talking about 504. So you know, so to not be discriminated against, the 504 plans, these children just need a little bit extra help to succeed. Perhaps it's taking a walk. Perhaps it's having more time on an exam, um, and or leaving class a little bit early. It's a plan to help them succeed. And all this does is just it provides accommodations. They learn the same material as everyone else. They just accommodate to help them learn a little bit better. And when some of these very emotional children start having major issues where it starts to affect their instructional time, that's when you could put them in to get evaluated. And an IEP, you have to qualify in 13 different categories. And since I'm talking about emotional disturbance, I want to focus on that. One of the emotional disturbances is severely emotional disturbed children. Some of these kids that I've worked with in the past have schizophrenia, bipolar, severe anxiety, and these kids need help. But some of these kids that I've worked with, they're extremely smart. They're normal. They just need a little help. And sometimes, one of the things that I've learned is every child has their baseline behavior, and every child has different triggers to set them off, and it's always different. And sometimes having an IEP really focuses on the staff that helps them with their triggers or any type of emotions that they might be facing in order for them to succeed in the classroom. And it's really hard because it just doesn't affect themselves; it affects the students around them, also the teacher. And I mean, sometimes it's really emotional for the staff because no one wants to be cursed at or yelled at or disrespected. But at the end of the day, we as staff can't hold grudges, and we need to always have a calm voice. And one thing that I've learned is always pick my battles with certain kids, and sometimes you have to just let things go. But at the end of the day, it's for the benefit of all kids to succeed. So basically, a 504 plan, you just have adjustments, accommodations, and an IEP, you have it's an instructional support and usually you have a team of people that come together, and they have measurable goals, and with an IEP, that way they could track the student's progress, and so the student could be successful. All right, so thank you. Have a good day.